Hello everyone, welcome again, and it's second tutorial on the automation with Java. So if you haven't seen the first tutorial, there will be agenda of the complete course. How can we go step by step during this course? So today we'll discuss about the what is automation exactly. We'll discuss some theory part. After one or two tutorial, we'll go with the practical things, and we'll start the practical work or examples. So if I talk about the automation, what is automation? So you can say it's a set of instruction, or it's a bunch of programs that used to trigger like some instruction to any software or any website. So you simply, in simple language, you can say automation is a creation of technology which helps to reduce the human efforts. Why I said human efforts? Like if you are going to perform a manual testing on the application, like for example, I want to check the login functionality of the application. So manually I need to enter that URL in browser, then I have to enter the username, password, then I hit the login button. This is my manual process. By I can confirm that user is login or not. The second thing, I can write some code. The second thing, if we talk about the automation, how automation do that. So if I in automation script I write some code and I execute that code, then automatically the browser is open, maximize the browser, and it will automatically load the URL in the browser and enter some user ID and password and hit the login button and confirm this login or not. So this is kind of a bunch of programs, instructions that provide to the browser, and it tells to the browser to perform that different activities. So a set of programming instruction which automate the process of manual testing. So before we go to the automation, let me show you a demo how the things is work. So I created a demo here. This is code. Don't worry about the code. We'll explain in the next upcoming videos what the things are working exactly, how the things are working. And in this video, in this example, I'm gonna just show you an example how the automation is work. So here I am create an example. For example, I need to test a particular URL or is working or not. So for example, I want to check this button is clickable, this drop down is clickable or not, user can click or not. So for that, the first thing I can do that manually. I can load that URL, I can enter that URL and click on that. So this is very simple task, easily we can do manually also. So another way, if I want to automate this, so how the automation is work, I write this some line of code and I click on this run button. So it will open my Chrome browser automatically. Let's load that particular URL and click, or it's gone too early, so let me put some weight here so you can check it. So you can verify it very easily after this wait. You can verify it easily. It's clicking on that particular element, like it's programming thing and work too fast, so it's good to save our time also. So for example, again it's open the browser, load the URL, and let's see, just click on that input. So this thing is happening automatically by the automation, so this save our time. So let's switch to the next topic, and which is the what is the manual testing. So if you are from the testing background, you already know what is the manual testing. A testing or a quality check on the softwares which performed by the human, which performed by the you. Like for example, in a company, you are working as a tester and you got an application. Hi, this application is developed completely, you have to check this. So what you do, you are going to manually perform that operations, like different test case. You're going to for example, if you want to check the login form or some registration form, so you are going to enter some different inputs and check it's properly working or not. So these are the some points you can read that like software testing by human is manual testing. You can say execute every test case one by one manually. Write the bug in seed after getting the bug, like you found some bug in the application, so you need to maintain the proper record. You can use some tools. Some tools are available in the market like Zira, or easily you can track that record in the seed also. So it's kind of long process, and manual testing you can say is time consuming. Like every time you have to go manually that thing, do that manually, do that things manually. And it's really good for the small projects. Like if you are going to perform the automation for the small project, it's not good. Like if you are working on a small project and you just need to 1 or 2 sprint to finish that project, then it's not good for the automation. It's good for the manual. Like the cost of automation will go high. So cost also depend on the size of the project. Like if you have some small large scale project, then the automation will be good, and similarly the cost will be high for the manual testing in the large scale project. So it's both things. The cost is totally depend on the project size. So what is the automation testing now? So software testing by programming language, like as I saw earlier in the example, is kind of set of the instruction, or you can say the code which we write in the programming language. The software testing test case execute automatically. If we compare that point, like here you need to execute the test case manually, and here the test case execute automatic. Generate the report. At the end of the complete execution, it will generate a report, and we can analyze that report easily and get the result, what kind of test cases are going to fail, what scenarios goes to fail, and then you can fix accordingly. And the next is it's really short and one-time process. We not need to perform again and again. If you are going to perform the testing or regression testing on the same module again, so you can simply execute the automation script. You do not need to manually do that thing again. And it's really good for the large scale project. Like like there are lots of projects available in the market that contains hundreds of and thousands of sprint. So for the every module you don't need to perform the regression testing, so you will automate that previous modules and you do regression testing as a automation. So it will be good for the large scale project, and same point is there, like cost is depend on the project size. So how here is an example how the automation reduce the human effort. If you want to say, if you are working in a large scale application and you get a new build in every 15 days, so you have to perform regression testing on the old modules also to maintain the quality. It might be possible that new build or change in the application will affect the old functionality. Now how the automation will solve this problem? Automation tester will automate the old build or old modules. Whenever the new build will come, tester will test only the new build or new module. To check the old module or old tester or build will run, the tester will run the suite automation test case. It will save our time and human efforts. Like if you get the new build to test, so you are, as a tester, you are going to test only the new build to check the functionalities of old build and all the modules are working or not properly. You are just going to execute that automation script, so it will save our time. You do not need to repeat the regression testing manually, and it's really good to maintain the quality of the application. So what is the, if I'm talking about the lots of the regression testing, so exactly what is the regression testing? So in simple word, regression testing ensure that the existing functionality of the project is working fine after integration of the new functionality. Like for example, there are multiple modules, lots of modules in the application. So whenever I as a development team completely develop a single module of the first module of the application, then the second module will come and whenever they are going to integrate the both module, then as a tester we perform the regression testing and check that the first module functionality did not affect by the second module, integration of the second module. So everything after the merging or integration, everything is working fine, is the result of the regression testing, you can say. So in the next tutorial, I guess we are going to perform some in the next tutorial we will see how can we start the automation, or might be the core Java part, what are the core Java we need to require for the automation, and we'll focus on that core Java model. We'll discuss some basics about the core Java, then we'll continue the practical part. I think the next tutorial will be the last for the theoretical. Thank you.